As far as like city layouts, as I mentioned, you'll see a lot of these communist cement block buildings, and they're quite massive, very block-like, and quite unattractive. And you'll see those all over. They built them quite like crazy during the communist time. And more current buildings follow the same model-ish, still very cement built, but they paint them and they try to make them look attractive. So newer buildings, I mean, they're of the same style, but they look a lot more nice and attractive, and uh, and so that's nice to see the newer buildings. Each city will have several Bulgarian Orthodox churches, and depending on how big the city is, they'll have quite a large cathedral or not. Um, and then a very common thing in the large cities is what's called the Glav. And the Glav is kind of like the main street. It goes down the center of the city, and it's just like a walking path. Very open kind of center, and there's generally shops on both sides, and people just walk up and down the Glav and stop at the cafe and get drinks, and it's just kind of the very central social hub of the city. And depending on the laws of that particular city, that was quite a common place for us to attract, because it's always full of people. So you'll always see a Glav in these big cities, full of shops and restaurants and cafes and people all up and down. And that's the place to be in the center of city. So as you get away from the cities, you start getting more individual, small little homes. Again, more cement built. And then the Bulgarians aren't too big of fans of gypsies. And so the gypsies will always have their kind of area of town. They're generally kind of excluded to one portion of the city, and it's generally called a makala. The makala is where the gypsies live, and it's fairly run down and not always the safest place to go. But that's a pretty standard format for a city there.